Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Chill Adventures, where I am not prepared. This weird light. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was a glare from my camera. That's way better. Let's go. So, I should do this first because some of you may remember. Maybe some of you don't. But you'll know now. Parking where I'm at right now. I look a little bit suspicious. And one time, someone called the police on me. I wasn't doing anything wrong, but dude, wouldn't it be epic if LaCroix sponsored the channel? Anyways, yeah, someone called the cops on me, so I should figure that out. Doesn't matter. Anyways, how is everybody? Speaking to those of you who watch this after I upload it, hope everybody is well. I'll wait for the locals to file in. But yeah, I do look marginally suspicious. The van looks suspicious anyway, let's be honest. Oi, oi, a local indeed. One of the localist, as it were. The Buddha man himself. How are you, buddy? I'll pretend like we didn't just talk. How are you, either way? But yeah, I do look a little bit suspect. And, yeah. But whatever. I was like thinking, because I'm definitely slowly sorry. I'm slowly working through the creative process of the Florida trip. So I don't know. I would like to say it would be done by Sunday, but I really don't think so. But anyways, I'd been thinking like I put up 9 days worth of vlogs, and I'm not gonna have one out for at least a day or two, so why not do a live? Why not? You can only put up so many shorts. Plus lives, if I'm thinking purely on subscribers and getting paid from YouTube, lives get me tons of watch time. So it's almost dumb not to. Plus I like talking. This is the only way some people interact with me and the channel other than just watching. Hey, Dan, I was actually thinking about you. How the hell are you, buddy? Yeah, it's funny you say that. I mean, I saw your video, obviously, but, God, I'm having a moment. Yeah, I saw your video, but I was, like, already asleep when you would have gone live, so I was like, shit. Kind of glad you didn't. I'm, like, still catching up on sleep. Like, last night was the first night that I had any sort of like normal sleep, but I was thinking about it, and for essentially the past week, I've been waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and going to work, or just being in fucking Florida. Dude, crazy, Dan. So, have you been out to surf Lake Erie since you surfed with Ben Gravy, Dan? But yeah, anyways, I was like thinking I should put out a live. Then it's funny that you guys are here, because I have to say it's gonna be flat for a little while. Obviously, I've got heaps of like short material from the last giant amount of vlogs that I put out in this trip or whatever, but don't forget, it's Shred Fairy season, everyone. Can you believe it? Nice. But yeah, it's the car ferry season, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna try to like get him to come out and surf this ferry wave. It's so easy to it's like way easier than most of the shit that he does. And as long as it's a nice calm day, it'll be a wave. And I sent him a couple of videos, but it was like right before the coronavirus. Yeah, that's cool. Was it a? How was it? I've actually seen a couple decent small days over there, like in the past little bit. Yesterday, or no, 2 days ago. Oh my goodness, it was just like one of those mornings, and it was like 2 days after I'd been back actually, so I couldn't just leave work and go surf like normal. Um, but it was like offshore and clean, and it's one of those days I couldn't go. However, some of the waves that I caught um, out in Florida were just like watching them back. It's great. It's way easier to surf in the ocean than it is in the lake. And just knowing that the wave is going to hold its shape when I'm trying to get into it, it gives you so much more confidence to like paddle and try to pump down the line, because here you don't know if it's ever going to like slowly crumble at the top or whatever. But yeah, there was a huge difference in power, and then obviously consistency and being able to read the waves. I could paddle like 1,000 miles an hour, dude. Yeah, the ocean is so much easier. And I say that only having surfed three separate times. Oddly enough, dude, when I was surfing at when we went to the beach with Buddha and his wife, it looked like the lake. It really did. Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going out there in New Jersey? Um, yeah, like one of the days out there, it looked like a freaking lake. Or one of the sessions, it was the same day, it was Saturday. But man, it when it got weird like that, the only thing I could think about was like scary sharks, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Because the next morning, Sunday morning, we went to a spot that we had been the day before, this like dog park, and it was so good too. It was like just different, but it didn't feel like a shark was gonna bite me when it was good. I don't know why there isn't much of a difference, but yeah, it's so much easier to surf in the ocean. I'm sure once it gets big and like barreling, then it's a different story. But like pure mechanics, dude, I could paddle my seven. We left on May 1st and we were back on that Monday. So it was, I think we spent like maybe 40 hours in Florida, perhaps. It was like last minute. Me and Kat went, um, zero planning. Yeah, dude, I could paddle the Cat's 9 foot board like so fast, dude. There was zero friction in the water. And it's just like every time we surf, with the exception of like, I don't know, maybe like 10% of the time, it's in at least like 20 miles an hour of wind, usually onshore. It's like, fuck, man. Yeah, we drove. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. We went 5 hours the first night and then woke up and drove 13 hours. And then that's when we got to Florida. And then we came back. We left at 9:30 on Sunday and we got back at like 11:30 on Monday. It was crazy. Yeah. So I've surfed near Chicago, but I haven't surfed in Wisconsin yet. They arguably get the best waves on Lake Michigan. Maybe there's some spots up north, but I would say I would say they get the best waves over there, like Sheboygan, and I'm sure that there's some other spots. But when it gets big and it's like side offshore, it looks like the ocean, sorta. I know up on Lake Superior is probably the the most solid, but Yeah, no, I've never surfed all the way. I've been pretty close to basically in Chicago and Whiting. I've surfed there a few times. It was pretty crazy. Really, nothing went wrong. We stopped at a gas station and they accused us, aka Cat, of stealing a $6 keychain, which she didn't, of course. So that was fun. And then um, it just driving down there, like I thought things were weird up here with driving, but you basically go 90 miles an hour everywhere. I didn't go one place. It was like 35 or 90. And sometimes people were going like 100. So that was different. And then Atlanta sucked to drive through. I've never drove this far either. In all honesty, I haven't been too many places. So like southern Georgia was pretty shocking. Once really you got out of Indiana, the accents were thick and plentiful. But yeah, I definitely think Florida is it's a unique place to be. That's for sure. It was beautiful. We got a I don't want to give too much shit away, but we uh we did so many things that we didn't even think we were going to do and see, and we literally we were just like we were there to surf basically and then meet up with Steve and Will. That's literally it. What's up, Dave? Is it more sharky where you're at? Because I have a buddy that's up in like Rhode Island, and he says that he doesn't see them often, but they have like big ones, like big great white sharks. But I just watched a couple things. Thankfully, after we left, I watched a couple like little shorts and reels. Hey Matt, how you doing? I'm gonna grab that wetsuit one of these days, I swear, because I need one. All of my other ones have been sewn up with aqua seal. But yeah, what's the shark situation up by you? Shredded. Dude, because the whole experience was weird. I'd never seen a pelican in my life. And uh, a pelican flew like, I had never seen a pelican in my life. And this thing was like 10 feet from me, dude. Then I saw a ton, but the salt water, um, the salt water in my eyes was bananas. Like I'm talking the first 40 minutes, I'm like just this. My eye is still like red. It's either from no sleep or um, the salt water. Dude, so Dave, you're in the Isle of Wight, right? Because honestly, we couldn't do a trip like that with no planning, but that would be so crazy. Because it wouldn't even, yeah, the Isle of Wight. For the longest time, I would say the Isle of Man, and I think that's a completely different country. But that would be a trip, dude. Because like, there's a million places to surf, but to go to a weird place like that and surf, that would be crazy. It's just nuts that you got to take a ferry across. It's like, but yeah, that's the kind of shit. That's crazy, dude. That's nuts. There was most of the time on Sunday morning. I was only out for like I don't know, maybe an hour or so. Um, maybe an hour and a half. But even though it was nice and clean and everything, I kept like all of my appendages up. There was a good amount of people in the water too, but um, yeah. So yeah, I don't want to give too much away. The first place I surfed was it was I don't want to say crowded because it probably wasn't, but there was a heap of people. So I wasn't and there was dolphins, dude. There was dolphins. Think about think about me, right? I'm out in the lake surfing knee-high bullshit. And now I see a dolphin, two of them. and I saw the little fucking thing. It was bananas, dude. It was so crazy. Um, but yeah, so the first place, I wasn't worried. Saturday afternoon, when we went to the Space Force base, because that's what the signs say now. That session, it looked exactly like the lake. I believe the tide came in, so it was really messy. I got some rides, but I was the most nervous there because I was like the only one in the water once Kat got out. And she was just flopping around. So when she was like jumping around in the waves, I knew I was safe because they were definitely gonna go for her first. But I was the most nervous then. But Sunday morning is when I was like, I would get these weird little like inclinings. But there was a handful of people out then too, so I wasn't too bad. But it was just murky enough where it was like weird color. It was like gray, and I've never surfed in gray water. Well, I guess Indiana's disgusting water is gray, but that's different. That's gross for a different reason. But yeah, I was yeah, it was so bananas. The the pelican was shocking. There's a lot of shocking things, man. But is there like sharks by you, Dave? The Isle of Wight. That would be crazy, dude. I should start hitting up weird surf destinations, you know? Like ones like non-surf surf destinations. Because Dave, like, I think I asked you, you said that was like 1 or 2 feet at like 11 seconds or something like that. That's that's such an interesting combination of like places that get waves, and because I'm sure that there's times when you get big storms coming through. Keep losing connection. We can't have you losing connection. Mako sharks. Do you guys are there like storms that push through, or do you get big swells, or is it always kind of a similar like longboarding ish wave? Good lord, that's crazy. I could see like even a marginal day on the spots that we went, like 5 feet at 8 seconds or whatever, 9 seconds. Because when we were there, it was under 3 feet. The periods were 7, 8 seconds, so it was pretty good, but it was under 3 feet, maybe 3 feet at the max. And man, it was like it was there was so much more confidence in the wave if you knew it was just going to kind of hold its shape for long enough to do a couple things, you know. But man, I don't think I couldn't live in Florida. That's for sure. I do know that for a fact. No matter how much money I had, I just couldn't. I couldn't. First of all, drive 90 miles an hour, like most places. That's just too. There's just too many people, and I think the massive tourist population would just flip me out. Like no matter where you go in that state, uh, there's just things and people and stuff always going on. We did go to Ron John's. I could probably spend $1 million in that place. The boards were like really nice. I never even heard of like, well, I guess I knew Ron John made surfboards, but I didn't know that they had like an entire thing. And there were so many awesome boards. I'm glad I got to go in there twice. I bet. And I would assume that, well, I mean, you got there's a show, the Jersey Shore. So that's what you get there. And I don't think I couldn't deal with that either. And they're from there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I guess if if uh if I had to pick right now, I would say somewhere in here in Maryland. I'm gonna look those spots up because I think that's probably one of the closer spots to us, like between 10 and 12 hours. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I kept calling his island Isle of Man. Okay. Yeah, I think somewhere in the Carolinas. And I know they're going to have a big population too. I probably wouldn't even go into North Carolina, but I would see that being a nice place. Also, like Georgia might even have some waves that um, are fun with, um, like a lower population or something. Like a slower pace. I know the closer you get to the coast, you're just sort of you're asking for something that usually isn't going to be in beautiful places like that. But if you look hard enough, I'm good at. I don't want to say that. I was going to say I'm good at hiding from trouble, but we all that's not true. Yeah, I'll look up all those spots. It's crazy because of just the things that I saw on this trip, and man, I would be happy with a 3 foot wave with the power that I felt, even the weird intervals. I'm sure for the ocean, it was fairly windy too, and there was mildly onshore for a while. I If that was every day, dude, I would be so fucking happy. I would be so happy. Yeah, nice. All right. So if I moved to South Carolina, that means you wouldn't drive that far. I'd have to meet you somewhere. I did talk to this one dude in the water. The first, yeah, dude. And I don't know how many times you've been in the ocean, Dan. I'm sure, obviously, more than the one that I have. But, um, yeah, dude, it was like between waist and chest high, and it was clean. It was the best waves I've ever surfed. Obviously, the most consistent and clean waves I've ever surfed. But I'm sure for the ocean, it was a below average to average day. And dude, I don't know, but anyways, I was talking to a guy in the lineup, and he was just like, yeah, people usually just go to the Carolinas if they want like some bigger stuff, or I don't know. It's such a confluence of states down there. I didn't want to look at the good lord. I didn't want to look at the map too much because I would get sort of flustered. Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? Have you been surfing or what? Are you guys just boat lifing it up? But yeah, my if like again, if I had to pick a spot right now, I would try to find a place somewhere in northern South Carolina. I'm guessing. Just seems the least populated and like the best chance for waves. I watch a ton of documentaries and I did see this one on sharks, and they they swoop around that area quite a bit, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure if the waves are good, that's like the last thing that's going to be on my mind usually. Buford? Yeah, dude. It took us probably, I'm going to say like 25 hours total both ways. 26 hours cuz we stopped and slept after a bit each time, and I think we did like a 13-hour leg and then like an 8 hour. Yeah, yeah, that's what I saw, that they circle around that Carolinas area. I mean, it seems like the Carolinas are like they have a good vibe, and it's obviously like on the East Coast, but you don't. Maybe people just go there because it seems like that's what Shorta. Oh, really? Oh shit! How big was it? It seems like Florida is a place that not a lot of people stay. They just go there, you know. But you don't hear about people like I'm from North Carolina, or I'm from South Carolina. It's another place that they go. Bro, that's crazy. Was it like close to the beach, or were you guys out in the water? I will say, the farther south we traveled, and I mean Georgia is a big state, dude. We were in Georgia for a long time driving, and I have to say, like, I don't affiliate myself politically either way, but if you don't like liberal things, that's the place for you. Even the buckle up, it's the law sign looks mildly clannish, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It's like holy fuck. Make it a little bit brighter, dude. It's like the worst shades of red and black together that you can put. So it's like, hey, hey, hey. We didn't stay in Georgia too long. Just say that. But yeah, it was a weird, interesting, and it was an awesome trip. Like I think Tennessee is the most beautiful place that we drove through. But dude, their roads are fucking perfect. We didn't hear anything for 3.5 hours, dude. And then we get into Kentucky, and Cal's like, "What's that noise?" And I'm like, "That's the road, dude." It was like, fuck. Tennessee was great. We went to like Cocoa Beach area. I'll have the vlog done in a few days, so I don't want to like shit out all these details that could make you go, "Oh, oh, oh." I don't want to ruin that for you. But yeah, Cocoa Beach. We went to we went to a couple surf shops, and like they were cool and stuff, and I'm sure if I lived there, how did you like it? How was it? When I surfed in actual Cocoa Beach, it was in the morning, and but it was pretty good and fun. But the best spot was Saturday morning. Let you watch the lets you watch the vlog. Yeah, it was fun, dude, and I could see, like I said, if I lived there, I would always go to like some of the smaller surf shops for things because I'm sure going to like Ron John is just a pain in the ass most of the time. But I would probably go to Ron John's surf shop just for random surf shit a lot because like I like that. I like the store. I don't know what to tell you, dude. That whole state is busy. That whole state is busy. They have a sign by the Florida Welcome to Florida sign that says "Don't stop and take pictures." That's how busy the state is. It's crazy. I could never fucking live there. That's another thing. That's a giant state. I was trying to picture in my head from where we were. Miami was another 200 miles. And I'm thinking, where the hell is this panhandle that oh, what's up, Jar? How are you, buddy? I was like, so if you're like on the far corner of the panhandle and you want to get to Miami, that's like 1,000 miles, dude. Or like 800 miles at least. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy. We were driving to the first spot, and just for shits and giggles, we um well, I don't hate it, but it's crazy. I could never live there. We were just yeah, I could. It's like, well, there were signs for Cocoa Beach 250 miles away from Florida itself. So we were like 500 miles away from Cocoa Beach, and we were seeing signs for Cocoa Beach. So like we knew what we were getting into. The hotel was amazing. We didn't spend a lot on the hotel, but it was a good hotel. Um, but yeah, it's a hard place to live. It's a hard place to live. But yeah, the size of it is nuts. That is the crazy part. If you want to go from where I'm at in Michigan to the northwest corner, I would say basically to Duluth-ish area, but obviously like not in Minnesota. I would say you're looking at like 11 hours. And that's like half of what we did. And like you could probably get all the way up to You could get. I mean, Marquette's easy, 8 hours. Pee in a bottle, never stop. Got to get gas. It takes about 8 hours. It's crazy. Yeah, dude, and like it was great. I'll tell you what. So I work at a golf course. Um, I have winter gloves. I wear these. I was wearing this morning. We had to stop work for like an hour and a half because of a hard frost, bro. When we were in Florida, I walked outside at like 3 o'clock in the morning. My balls were sweating. It's not the same planet. I couldn't fucking believe it. We drove out of here 10 hours. It's a different. It's a different fucking. It's nuts. It's crazy. Well, yeah, and I mean like I could. I don't know, dude. I don't know. What I do know is if America ever has a civil war, not one person from anywhere south of Kentucky is going to last up here one winter cuz that is some it was May, the beginning of May, and it was stifling. Absolutely stifling. I know it's still the beginning of May. Buddha just said today the humidity is crazy, but it's nuts. And it gave me an appreciation for this shit because this morning I was freezing my fucking balls off. Kat will attest, I normally wear like at least 2 pairs of pants on any given day. I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy. But yeah, it gave me a nuts appreciation for this place, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Um, I could go without the winters. Yes. Yeah. So many layers. Like 2 pairs of socks. This morning I probably had an additional 10 pounds of clothes on. And that's before we just were forced to stop because of the ice forming on the grass. But yeah, it was nuts. And I like this. The trees are just starting to get green, so I could move a little bit south for sure. Or hard south to some island in the Caribbean. Correct me, correct me down below. But I could take a hard left, just not Florida hard left, and probably like yeah, nowhere northeast. California would be a hard ask, anywhere that's not like hard North California, man. And I'm basing that on absolutely nothing, by the way. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I really think that it's a rare breed. Like there is no not having air conditioning in places like that. Like yeah, it was a culture shock on that note. Like I don't know how we have homeless people here all year long. I don't know how they don't migrate cuz boy oh boy, I don't want to say the people down there have it easy, but I don't know how they survive up here. It's crazy. It's so different. It's so different. It's yeah, it's amazingly different. The accents got us at every stop though. That's for sure. Whether it's like a gas station or whatever. Uh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had to cut. I'm making 2 edits of the trip, and so much fantastic stuff. Oh, so much, so many things. It's like a movie. How long we at? 35 minutes. I think that's good, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Before you leave, hit the like button for me. I'm trying to hit 15 subscribers before July 4th. Can you help me? I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everybody.